Hey guys, welcome back. Today in this video, we gonna build an app with Swift, UIKit and Roll. This app have a feature that each change you do in one device will be come show up in other device. So pretty easily and straightforward help you to create a network app to share data between each other using Growl and Atlas. So I'll divide this in three parts, and in each part I'll go for one subject, and all together will be this video. So first of all, I'll show you a demo. So here, let me run my app, and here I will have app in two separate devices, and any change I do in each side is gonna reflect in other side as well. So I'm gonna add test 6 here. I don't have auto refresh here, so it's not show up here, but I have it in this device. So if I do add something like test 7 here, you'll see I will have 6 and 7 bolts, and here as well. So test 8, you'll see I have 7 and 8 here, and even here if I rerun my app I will have 8 here as well. You can add just some auto refresh or pull down refresh to see that how easy data gonna replicate. Still, this is the app feature. Okay, so let me jump and to create our app. So first of all, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna create file, new project. So I choose iOS app, and I name it Swift UI Kit Raw, for example 02. Storyboard and Swift. I want to make this for UIKit and Storyboard specifically. There are I have other tutorial for Swift UI, and this one is specifically for UIKit and Storyboard. Said about the Git, I am not concerned about the Git right now. So this is my initial app. And what I gonna do, right away I'm gonna add the package. So what a package I want to add, I want to add Swift raw, but it's not coming here. So what I'll do, I'll go to GitHub, and I go looking for GitHub raw Swift, and I will end up to this GitHub, that's SDK sitting on there, and you can see what is the latest version of the SDK, and so it's open source. So I'm gonna copy this and come back to my package manager, and here I'm gonna search for this, and then I will have this Realm Swift. So I'm gonna say add this package for me. It will take a while. So while doing this, I'll go and let's create our MongoDB Atlas. So what you need to do, you can look for Mongo for Atlas, MongoDB login, and it will direct you to here, or one sign up page. You can sign up or you can log in. So I already have an account, so I'm gonna log in with that, and then you will go to your data services. Here I already have an Atlas cluster. When you sign up, you will add this cluster as well. You can create an cluster free forever with 502 megabytes, and you can make it over AWS, Google Cloud, or Azure. And as long as you choose M0 sandbox, which is 412, it is free. So you can have one per project. If you want, you can go for more expensive and more more better tiers with more CPU speed and storage. So you can start from free, and when your business start growing up, you can upgrade it to whatever you need based of your business improvement. So let me back from this to my clusters, and here I'm gonna go to app services and create one app service. So this is free as well. So here I just say application for my Swift UI kit Realm project, for example. Let me make it okay. And here I just say connect to which cluster, and even if I want to connect it to GitHub or other advanced feature that I want to be global, region, or single, so I'll go by single, and even environment. So I create this. Let me go back to my SDK. See, yes, it's ready. So I choose both Realm and Realm Swift here, and this I will have it here and I can use it. So let me finish this for part 1, and then I'll go for writing code in part 2, and then in part 3 we're gonna run it. So when I have it, it will be something like this, pretty fresh and ready to go. So I'll come to device sync, and I just say start a sync. It said do you have our schema or no? I said no thanks, continue to sync, because I'm gonna get my schema from my app. So here I choose flexible sync, development mode, and you'll see cluster that I already have. And here for database, I'm gonna create a new database. Here again just say for my app Swift UI kit raw, and I'm gonna create it, and then I go say enable sync, and enable sync gonna confirm it. Is need to ask me about the rules. Yes, so for rules I just for make it easy, I'll go start with write to all data. Later in another tutorial I'll show you how we can make play with this rules to make it narrow for more safety of your app. So I'm gonna add this default, and here just says that deployment you need to do for deployment. So now the my sync is ready, but I shouldn't forget to review and deploy this, because this gonna deploy all of this change and make it functional. Okay, so it's deploying my changes and it's already successful. I'll go to my deployment, and as it's advised told me, and I'll make sure in my deployment configuration yeah, my draft is not enabled, so any change I'll do after this gonna go directly. So let me go to my device sync right away, and it's just remind me that dev mode is on, because in development is okay, but if I go to production we must turn off this development mode, because this development mode learn from my app that any change from there come to my schema here, and will be reflected to my cluster. Okay, so that's for part one. So for part two, we will go back to our code and we start to writing our code. So yeah, in part two we writing our code. So we have this by default, and I'm gonna build my app. So first of all I need to build my storyboard. So I'll go to my storyboard, which is my main storyboard here. So first of all I want to add one table view. Here I just say table view, and I'm gonna drop that table view here. So for sure I want to pin it to all corner with 0. Actually not 0, so let me not pin it for now. And I need to add one view as well. So let me add one view here. Yeah, one simple view. Let me say, if I say UI view, yes, where is the view? Yeah, here we go. So I drop a view here. I'm gonna pin my view to top with 0, both corners with 0, but about the high I need to give this view a specific height. So let me say that, for example, I give it height 75. So I'm gonna add these constraints, and I add a high for it. $75. Okay, so now my view, I'm gonna pin my view to from to the corners, and this my table view, and this one. So I add this pin, and I need to pin this to my view from top. So actually I can give it high. No, let me see if I pin it here with 0. Yeah, it will stick to this. If I want to see details, I'll go here, and here I just see this one, and this is my constraints. So you will see that from top, this one is actually top of the screen. I want to say that I want to tie up my table view. Yeah, from top to view button. Yeah, so this is correct. Okay, so I'll go now to add inside my view. I'm gonna add one text, and so let me go for adding that text. text field. So I put my text field here. Also I need to add a button. Let me use this button. Okay, so now again we need to constrain this. So I put my button here, and I want to be something like this. So again, for my text, I'm gonna pin it, you know, with for example, how much? Yeah, let me just give it 10, 10, and 10 from each side. And for my button, I am gonna first of all I make it add, and then I'm gonna say pin to 10, 10, 10, and this one 10 as well. But I give this a width as well, 55. I just say 70. So I add these constraints, and you will see that I have my text and my you know, text button here. So I need to go to my table view. In my table view, I need to add a cell. So here I'm gonna go and say table view. Yeah, table view cell. I'm gonna drop my table view cell here as well. So just for this cell, I need to make sure that in attribute tab, yeah, I give it identifier. I just say style, table view cell. I'm looking for my table view cell. Yeah, here we go. So my table view cell, you know, attribute tab, custom type, and here I name it cell because I'm gonna use this later in codes. Yeah, now its name is cell. Okay, I think now we are good with the storyboard. All we need to do now, we need to go to view controller and start to connecting this view controller to this cell. So what I'm gonna do, I need to add editor on right, and then I make this editor to show my storyboard. Okay, and then I start to connect this. So yes, so we keep a control key, push it and keep it, and then drag from your table view to this part. Here I name it table view. So I have it here. Now I want to add my two things. First of all, for this text field, push control, drag from there and to here, and I name it add text. Okay, and also I need to add an action to my function, I believe, to my button. Let me double check. In case of pushing add, it's supposed to add a action. So from my button, you know, you can drag it from here, or even you can drag from here as well. So let me say control push and drag from here, and here in the other two we add outlets, you know, IB outlet, but this one we're gonna add an action, and we call this add action, and from any type, and on touch up inside, or you know, events. So then I will have my action down here. Okay, so now I'll go to start to writing my code. So I think I don't need this anymore. I'm gonna close it, and I'll focus on here. So first of all, here I start to add my you know, Swift, my realm part. So I make sure that I import my realm Swift